Welcome. In front of me is a POCO X8 Pro Max, and today I will show you how you can enable and also set up your portable hotspot. So let's just get straight into this. Now you want to start off by swiping down from the top right side of your screen, and somewhere in here you want to look for the hotspot toggle. I actually don't see it on my end, at least not by default, I'm not sure. So if you're struggling with seeing it, what you could do is click right here on this edit. And let's scroll down. Let's focus mode. Oh, there it is. So you're looking for this chain link looking icon. So you want to click on plus. And right here you can see we do have labels. So if you want to keep those labels in the first panel that we swipe down on, you want to maybe check this button right here. This will keep the labels for these icons. Without it, you can see they just disappear. And you just have the icons itself. But regardless which one you choose, for me, this toggle is right over here. So now that it's visible in this list, I can hold it. And this will quickly take me to the settings. Now, you do want to navigate here at least once, primarily because under the Setup Portable Hotspot, you will find password. So you can view what it is set to by default, but while we're already in here, we can just select it straight up, get rid of it, and then set up our own new password. Now, it will need to have at least 8 characters in length. That can be letters, numbers, doesn't really matter. I chose for simplicity, just numbers. Now, there are additional options in here as well, which I am going to talk about. So, security, this option just basically allows you to either have a password or not. I would recommend keeping it as it is. That ensures that you actually have a password, so not anyone can connect to your hotspot. Next, we have device identification. Just leave it as it is. And then, most importantly, we have the select IP band. So this gives you two options, 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi and 5. Now I'm going to try to quickly explain this, which one would be right for you and maybe when you would want to think about other one. So in general, I will say that for the most part, you probably want to stick with the 2.4. This just gives you the easiest kind of usability of this hotspot, meaning that no matter what device you grab and try to connect to it, the moment you turn on your hotspot, chances are it's going to connect to it. Now, the reason for that is any kind of device that had any kind of Wi-Fi connectivity, that'd be 20 years ago even. If it did, it uses 2.4. Now, the reason I'm saying to stick with this one is because that same device from 20 years ago that supports 2.4, well, it most likely doesn't support 5. And if it doesn't support it, it won't default back to 2.4. It just won't straight up see your hotspot at all, as you can only pick one or the other. So if you're picking a signal that the phone fails to see because it's outside of its frequency range that it's going to look for, well, it's just not going to find anything then. So that's why I say that 2.4 is usually the best option. Now, 5 gigahertz in general is better, but the things that it offers usually kind of don't really mean much in terms of hotspots and mobile networks. So just to give you a heads up, for home usage, for instance, on your Wi-Fi router right at home, 5 is freaking great, as 5 gigahertz is faster, can hold more devices being connected at the single moment, offers lower latency, higher data bandwidth, and in general, that is going to be all improvements. But unlike your home network, your mobile network probably doesn't have hundreds of megabits per second in terms of speed. My mobile network offers me 60 max. That's, if I pay them extra, that's as high as they go. And that's in capabilities of 2.4. So I wouldn't really bother picking the other one just for that reason. Now, the only reason where I would ever recommend checking 5 gigahertz is going to be circumstantial depending on you and where you live. Let me explain. So If you live in a densely populated area, usually that also results in a lot of different 2.4 gigahertz signals being in just a very small area. And this results with any kind of device that is trying to broadcast this signal, that it's interfering with other signals. So when you turn on your hotspot in a cafe shop that also has literally every light, for instance, a smart bulb that is broadcasting a 2.4 gigahertz signal with, let's say, New York City, 50 other apartments also having their own Wi-Fi with their own Wi-Fi bulbs that are also broadcasting their signals. Now, that is going to create a massive traffic on at this frequency. And that basically your signal might interfere with other ones or other ones with you. And your connection to your hotspot might basically become iffy, to say the least. Now, I have never experienced this, so I have no clue what to even look for or how to describe this. But I can generally expect that if this would be happening, I would presume some kind of dropouts in connection, slow loading speeds for no reason, and maybe disconnections from your hotspot. Those are probably ones that I would expect would be happening, though this is just me guessing. So if you experience anything like that, what you can do here is switch to 5 gigahertz. 5 gigahertz as a frequency is much more open, meaning that the same kind of amount of devices basically won't be interfering with one another. It's as though you were comparing some kind of suburban little road, one-laner, to a highway of cars moving smoothly, right? So that's kind of the difference between the 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. You can have the same amount of different devices on 2.4 and the 5, but 5 just, it's a breeze to it. It doesn't care that there's this many. It can handle way, way more. So that's why selecting 5 in this aspect would be beneficial to you and potentially solve any kind of problems that you have. But if your device didn't support that 5 gigahertz, just because you're having problems, it won't magically make it work now. So keep in mind, you are still, at the end of the day, limited by the device that you're trying to connect to this hotspot with. And heads up, any device that has Wi-Fi as a branding supports 2.4. Any device that claims that it has Wi-Fi 6, not 5 like you would logically think, Wi-Fi 6, it supports 5 gigahertz. Now, any devices that have something like Wi-Fi 6E are actually 6 gigahertz. I know, very, very logical naming, but not me. So it's just stupid Wi-Fi Alliance coming up with moronic naming. I don't know. It's almost like could have been very nice and clean. Wi-Fi 5 could have been 5 gigahertz, right? In any case, you also have Wi-Fi 7 nowadays, which allows you to use all 3 different lanes, 2.45 and 6 gigahertz, all at the same time. But that's subject for another day. And for phone purposes, don't even bother with it if your device even supports it. This one doesn't, so again. So in any case, once this is said, one last thing in here is the hide SSID. This basically refers to your hotspot itself. So if you were to hide it, if I just bring up my phone quickly, bear with me. So when you turn on your hotspot or your Wi-Fi on other device and start looking for your hotspot and you hide SSID, it will never show up as the potential networks you can pick from the list to connect to them. So what you need to do in reality for this is, let me just bring it up again. So we would go into details and would select add network, and then you would need to type in the network manually and the password manually. And if it's all correct, it would connect. Now, I personally don't like it. I like to keep this off so your hotspot shows up in the list and you can just easily click on it and just type in the password. So now with all that being said, we can close this by saving it. And one last thing that I want to mention is this option right here. Turn off hotspot automatically when no devices are connected. Now there's no timer here listed, but I believe it does have like a 5 or 10 minute timer that it takes it for it to actually turn it off. This option I do recommend keeping on. I personally really like it. Hypothetical situation, you use this hotspot in a cafe shop, you whip out your laptop, you connect to your hotspot on the laptop, start browsing the web, doing whatever you do, right? And you're done. You close the lid, You just, drop it in your bag, phone in a pocket, and you go. And you don't need to worry about it because the moment you close your laptop, it went into sleep, and that basically disconnected you from any kind of Wi-Fi connections, meaning that it was disconnected from your hotspot right here, which triggers the timer, which then turns off your hotspot. And that is good because hotspot does consume more of your phone's battery. I know we have 8,500 of it in here, but it's still nice to save it. So I like this on. Now, whenever you want to use your hotspot, find the toggle, simply tap on it in here, and you can see hotspot on, and that's it. Now you can also see there is a little icon letting you know that it is right now enabled, so when that disappears, it means that it turned off. But you can also turn it off yourself by clicking on the toggle like so. So there we go. Now anyway, with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful. And if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.